all present here. This is Deepa, Associate Professor, School of Electrical Engineering. Dr. Ankaleshwari and myself are the coordinators of the hands-on training on real-time applications of machine learning using Python and industry perspective. On behalf of our team, I would like to welcome Dr. Dinesh Babu, Managing Director, Brunswick EduTech Private Limited. He has completed his B.Tech Information Technology in Sri Angalaman College of Engineering and Technology, Trichy. Master of Business Administration in ICFAI Business School, Pune, and PhD in the field of Data Analytics and Machine Learning in Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani. He has overall 12 years of experience in the training profession in both Indian and overseas students. Currently, he is working for Capgemini as Senior Data Scientist, also works for iGate Global Solution as Consultant in Analytics Division. Also, he's a CBAP certified professional, and he is a national level winner in data science competition out of 4 lakh participants, and also he got selected for best 30 data scientist participants across India. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Dinesh Babu.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'll make you the presenter. Wait, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now you share your screen.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, all. Able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this session, we'll discuss detailedly on the machine learning and artificial intelligence using the Python software. So we'll discuss detailedly about what is machine learning, what are all the modules in machine learning, the application of machine learnings, and all we'll discuss in detail in this session. So before going to discuss about machine learning, according to you, what is mean by machine learning? What is the purpose of machine learning? So what
to
is
make it
machine learning?
predict
Yeah.
the past income outcomes and the inputs.
Okay. Okay. Any other views?
It will make the machine learn by itself by its experience.
Okay.
Sir, it is basically like discovering patterns and then making predictions on the basis of it.
Okay. Good.
Sir, prediction of future data.
Okay. Okay. Any other views? Okay, fine. So we'll look into detail about what is machine learning and the different modules in machine learning we'll discuss now. So what is machine learning? Machine learning means makes the things into more automated way. So whatever human being repeatedly doing, that we can automate the process. Okay, whatever the human being repeatedly doing, that we can automate the process. Based on the human being instruction, the machine understand. Accordingly, we can automate the process. Based on the human being instruction, the machine understand. Accordingly, we can automate the process. So, for example, Google Assistant is one of the best example for machine learning. So, based on the human being instruction, the Google Assistant understand. Accordingly, it automate the process. That's why we go for machine learning algorithm. Okay, when we go for machine learning, what machine learning can do? So, whatever human being repeatedly doing, that we can automate the process, like speech recognition, voice recognition, pattern recognition. Okay, these are all the things we can achieve with the help of machine learning. So based on the human being instruction, the machine understand. Accordingly, we can automate the process. So why this machine learning is so popular nowadays? Because we are generating so much data nowadays. So we are generating so much data. Volume wise also very high. We are generating so much data in terms of volume. Volume wise very high. And varieties of data. Text data, numerical data, image data, varieties of data. And velocity, the speed of the data is also very high. If that is the case, 90 percentage of the data whatever we generated only in the last 2 years, where these big data comes from, where we got this data, these big data are coming from where, what is the source, what is the source of these data, these big data are coming from where? Where we got these data, this big data are comes from where?
People, sir. People's day-to-day uses the camera and
Mhm.
video.
Okay. Right. So majorly we are generating these big data. Because of this big data only we are not able to handle the things in your statistics or software. That's why we need automations. This big data is majorly coming from social media. So social media is one of the major source, like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blogs. So social media is one of the major source nowadays. Okay, Facebook, Twitter, and all. In before days and all, if you want to advertise your product or service, we can go to newspaper, radio, television, and all. But nowadays, if you post one ad in newspaper, in the Facebook or Twitter, it reach maximum number of people. We can reach maximum number. So social media is one of the major source. And even the LinkedIn, in before days we used to apply the jobs only through Naukri and Monster, but nowadays all the activities we can apply through LinkedIn. Nowadays LinkedIn profile is a resume nowadays. So social media is one of the major source. Majorly the data are coming from social media. Social media is one of the major source. Even mobile devices, in before days we used mobile only for call and message purpose, but nowadays all the activities we can generate through mobile itself. Because of the in-app facility in the mobile, we are generating so much data. For example, if you want to order the food in Swiggy or Zomato, the food is coming to your doorstep. Once your order is confirmed, what happen, the food is coming to your doorstep. Once the order is confirmed, The app is sending messages to respective customer, respective delivery person, respective app company, respective restaurant, respective bank. So one booking generates so much data. Okay, one booking generates so much data. Mobile devices also one of the major source. And even the internet transactions. Nowadays, because of internet transaction also, we are generating so much data. So because of online purchase, banking activities, and network devices. Okay, so these are all major source. Majorly the data are coming from social media, mobile devices, internet transaction, and network device. These are all the major source. Majorly the data are coming from these source. So if you look into that in the year of 2010, we have around 800 exabytes, but now we have 40,000 exabytes, 50 times more than the data what we have already. That much data we generated. This is completely because of digitalization, because of internet. So because of digitalization, we are generating so much data we are generating. So because of internet, we are generating so much data. In before days and all, if you buy 1 GB data, we can use 1 week. But nowadays 1 GB is not sufficient for 1 day also. So that much data we are using. This is because of digitalization. Because of internet, we are generating so much data. Okay. So because of this machine learning, so these because of this much data we are generating, normal statistics or software will not support. We need a powerful algorithm. That's why we go for machine learning algorithm. Through machine learning algorithm, we can able to do the prediction, automations. All these we can done with the help of machine learning algorithm. With the short period of time, we can able to achieve easily. When we go for machine learning, there are three modules involved in the machine learning. So one is supervised learning, another one is unsupervised learning, the third one is reinforcement learning. So these are all the three modules in the machine learning algorithm. So when we go for machine learning, there are three modules. One is supervised learning, then unsupervised learning, then reinforcement learning. These are all the three modules in the machine learning algorithm. First one is supervised learning. Supervised means there is input and output variable in the analysis. We go for supervised learning algorithm. Okay, when we go for supervised learning, supervised means the input and output variable in the analysis, we go for supervised learning algorithm. Whenever we have a dependent and independent variable, we go for supervised learning. Whereas when we go for unsupervised learning, so we don't have any dependent variable, where all the variables are independent of each other. All the variables are independent of each other. So that is unsupervised learning. When we go for reinforcement, based on the response stimulus method, we go for reinforcement. Google search is one of the best example for reinforcement. So there are three modules, that is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So when we go for supervised learning, supervised means there is input and output variable in the analysis. We go for supervised learning. Whenever we have input and output variable, so whenever we have input and output variable in the analysis, we go for supervised learning. In that we have regression, classification, decision tree, random forest. These are all the supervised learning algorithm. So when we go for regression, regression means to find the causal effect relation. So when we go for regression, to find the causal effect relationship between independent variable on the dependent variable. That's why we go for regression. Regression means to find the causal effect relation. Because of changing CEO of the company, is there any impact on the stock price? Because of COVID-19, is there any impact on the economy? Because of giving more and more placement to the students, is there any impact on the admission? That is regression. Regression means to find the causal effect relation. When we are changing one variable, how much impact on the another variable is called regression. Regression is to find the causal effect relationship between independent variables on the dependent variable. Whereas when we go for classification technique, we can classify the record based on the target variable. We can classify the record high risk customer or low risk customer. We can classify the record. For example, when we are applying the loan, the n number of customer is applying the loan, but the bank will sanction only few customers. So we can classify the bank sanctioned the loan or who are not sanctioned the loan. So we can classify the record. That's why we go for classification. Then we go for decision tree algorithm. Decision tree means for the particular problem, we can arrive n number of solution. Okay, particular problem, we can arrive n number of solution, out of which is the best solution for that problem, we can find by using decision tree algorithm. Decision tree is a pictorial way of representing the data. Okay, when we go for a decision tree, the complex things also we can understand easily by using decision tree. It is a pictorial way. From the root node to leaf node, we can classify the record in a picturized form. That's why we go for a decision tree concept. So these are all the supervised learning. Supervised means there is dependent and independent variable. Whenever we have input and output variable in the analysis, we go for supervised learning. Whereas when we go for unsupervised learning, unsupervised means all the variables are independent of each other. We don't have any dependent variable. If all the variables are independent, we go for unsupervised learning. So we don't have any output variable. All the variables are input to each other. We go for unsupervised learning. In that we have clustering, association, image compression, probability, dimension reduction. These are all the unsupervised learning. So first when we go for clustering, so clustering is a grouping technique. We can group the similar characteristics of response. We go for clustering. So clustering is a grouping technique. We can group the similar characteristics with the help of Euclidean distance. Clustering is a grouping technique. We can group the similar characteristics. We go for clustering. Clustering is very much helpful for market segmentation. That's why we go for clustering. So different target audience, we use a different product. For example, children's, junior Horlicks, age-old women, women's Horlicks, pregnant ladies, mother's Horlicks. So that is clustering. So clustering is a grouping technique. We can group the similar characteristics of response. We go for clustering. Clustering is a grouping technique. Then we go for association rule. Association rule is mainly helpful to build the recommendation system. To build the recommendation system, we go for association rule. For example, if you are going to buy the product in Flipkart or Amazon, it gives the recommendation. The customer who buy one product, they can also buy another product. That is association rule. And if you go to YouTube, if you watch YouTube, if you go to YouTube application, if you watch one video in YouTube, YouTube recommends you what is the next video you want to watch. So again, these type of things are done with the help of association rule. Association rule is mainly helpful to build the recommendation system. To build the recommendation system, we go for association rule. So even Facebook, if you log in into your account, whoever friends is there in your account, those posts only feeds into your account. So association rule mainly helpful to build the recommendation system. To build the recommendation system, we go for association rule. The third module is reinforcement learning. The third module is reinforcement. Based on the response stimulus method, we go for reinforcement learning. For example, if you take chess game and all, if you move one coin in the chess, system move automatically the another coin. And robot, many gaming applications and all developed with the help of reinforcement learning. So this gaming application developed with the help of reinforcement. So these are all the applications of machine learning. So when we go for machine learning, we have supervised learning, unsupervised learning, then reinforcement learning. Supervised means there is a dependent and the independent variable, whereas unsupervised means where all the variables are independent of each other. That is unsupervised. Whereas reinforcement means it is a response stimulus method. We go for reinforcement learning. So machine learning is applicable to almost all the industries. It is not restricted with any particular industry. Everywhere we can use, like finance, manufacturing, bioinformatics, web mining, retail, medicine, telecom. Almost all the industries we use machine learning. Machine learning is not restricted with any particular industry. Everywhere we can use. Okay, machine learning is applicable to almost all the industries. So machine learning is one of the module in the data science process. Data science is a process where we can convert raw data into processed data, then we will clean it, then we go for EDA, that is exploratory data analysis, which is a basic analysis of data. Then we can apply machine learning, then we'll visualize the result, finally make the decision. So machine learning is one of the module in data science. So these are all the algorithms we'll discuss detailedly under machine learning. Under supervised learning, we have set of algorithms. Under unsupervised learning, we have set of algorithms. Under supervised, we have set of algorithms like regression, decision tree, random forest, KNN, logistic regression, SVM, support vector machine, naive Bayes. These are all SVM, the supervised learning. Supervised means there is dependent and independent variable. So whenever we have a dependent and independent variable, we go for supervised learning. Supervised means there is a dependent and independent variable. So there is a dependent and independent variable. Whenever we have dependent and the independent variable, we go for supervised learning. Whereas unsupervised means where all the variables are independent of each other. That is unsupervised learning. That is clustering, PCA, k-mean clustering, association rule, market basket analysis. These are all unsupervised learning. When we say supervised means there is a dependent and the independent variable. Whenever we have the dependent and the independent variable, we go for supervised learning. Whereas unsupervised means if all the variables are independent of each other, that is unsupervised learning. So we'll discuss these algorithms in detail. Let me give one example. So you know the brand name called Boston Dynamics. So Boston Dynamics is a famous for robotics design and engineering company. Have you heard about Boston Dynamics? Any of you?
Guys, make this session as most interactive. You can unmute yourself and you can answer to the chat queries.
Have you heard about this brand Boston Dynamics? You may
Yes,
experience
sir. The video was
in the
that the bot dancing or to some song was dancing.
okay.
Spot bot. This is Spot, I think. That
So Boston Dynamics is a famous for robotics design and engineering company. And last year, Boston Dynamics developed the dog-like robot to automate. That dog-like robot helps to automate the process in the construction and entertainment industry. So these are all developed with the help of machine learning algorithm. So let me show you one small video clip how the machine learning is used in the Boston Dynamics to automate the process. So through machine learning instruction, it is detecting the another robot. Through machine learning, it is detecting the metal object and opening the door, allowing another robot to enter into this room. So these are all the things achieved with the help of machine learning algorithm. With the help of machine learning, we can automate the process. So when you want to become the machine learning, so you need to know the programming language, that is Python, which we will learn from the scratch. And another thing, you need some statistical knowledge. That is also we will learn from this course. So these skill set required to become the machine learning profession. Okay, how to acquire this knowledge? We can acquire through this type of certification course. We can get into this. So far we discussed what is machine learning. What are all the modules in the machine learning we discussed in detail. So now tell me, what is machine learning? So according to you, what is the purpose of machine learning? Anyone?
To automate and predict.
So it is helpful for automation and prediction. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other views?
Without any human interaction.
So without human interaction, we can automate the process. Okay. So machine learning means machine learning is mainly used to automate the process. That is, based on the human being instruction, the machine understand accordingly, we can automate the process. That's why we go for machine learning. For example, Google Assistant is one of the best example for machine learning algorithm. If you search some word in, if you say something in the Google Assistant, accordingly it react to that. That is because of machine learning. What are all the modules involved in the machine learning algorithm? What are all the modules? So what are all the modules in the machine learning algorithm which we discussed, right?
Sir,
Supervised,
supervised
unsupervised,
learning,
reinforced.
supervised, and reinforcement learning.
Right. There are three modules: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, then reinforcement learning algorithm. What is the difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning?
When
Supervised.
dependent variable is there, it is unsupervised learning. Supervised.
Right. In the supervised learning, we have dependent and independent variable. Whereas in the unsupervised, we don't have the dependent variable. All the variables are independent of each other. Under supervised learning, we can give some of the algorithms. What are all the algorithms come under supervised learning?
Regression,
Regression, decision
classification,
tree algorithm, and
Right.
random.
decision tree, forest, random forest, and
Right. These are all supervised learning. Supervised learning. Under supervised learning, we have regression, classification, decision tree, naive Bayes, logistic regression, SVM. These are all supervised learning. So when we say unsupervised learning, unsupervised means, Ano? So when we go for unsupervised learning, what are all the algorithms involved in the unsupervised?
Clustering, association.
So what are all the unsupervised learning?
Sir, k-nearest clustering.
Clustering.
Association.
So we have clustering, association rule. Okay, these are all unsupervised learning. So when we go for unsupervised, we have clustering, association rule, PCA, principal component analysis. These are all unsupervised. Then the reinforcement learning means based on the response stimulus method, we go for reinforcement. So these are all the different modules in the machine learning. That is supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. Okay. So far we discussed what is machine learning. What are all the modules involved in the machine learning we discussed. where we can apply machine learning is applicable in which are all the industries. Can you give me some example where and all we need automations? So where we can use machine learning? It is
So in
used everywhere,
biotechnology,
right? Everywhere we need automations because everywhere we are generating so much data. Everywhere we need automation. You know, one of the prestigious award in the world is Oscar. Okay, one of the prestigious award is the Oscar. Last year, the Oscar want to predict the best picture award. For that, the company name called Clarenbridge and Cognizant, they came forward and they predicted the best picture award with the help of Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, the ratings and reviews, and they predicted that Revenant is a movie is going to win the Oscar. So 1 month before itself, they predicted the same movie won the Oscar. 1 month before itself, they predicted the same movie won the Oscar. So machine learning algorithms are very powerful in terms of accuracy and prediction. And even Google search, if you search some word in Google, Google gives the relevant information. Okay. So based on whatever we are searching, based on our instruction, the Google gives the relevant information that is also works because of machine learning. Then even Amazon, if you buy the product in Amazon, Amazon recommends you what is the next product you want to buy. The customer who buy one product, they can also buy this product also. So have you experienced these type of recommendations? These
Yes,
are
sir.
all
yes, sir.
right. These are all because of machine learning algorithm. Even YouTube. If you watch one video in YouTube, YouTube recommends you what is the next video you want to watch. Based on that, we can get more subscribers in the particular channel. So that is because of machine learning. Then Facebook, if you log in into your account, whoever friends is there in your account, those posts only fits into your account. And so based on your friends list, the Facebook gives the suggestions. Who are all the friends you can also add as a friend. So the Facebook will give the suggestions to add the friend. Have you experienced this? Has anyone experienced the
Yes,
suggestions
sir.
to add the friend? So that is also because of machine learning, especially because of association rule. And many gaming applications like EA Sports, Jenga, and famous game Battlefield, these are all developed with the help of machine learning algorithm. Everywhere we can use machine learning to automate the process. So how in India we have CIBIL score or credit score to check the credit worthiness of the person. Based on that, the bank gives the loan to the customer. Based on the credit score or CIBIL score, the bank decided to give the loan. So that is also because of machine learning. So in India, how we have credit score or CIBIL score, likewise in US, they have the FICO score to measure the credit worthiness of the person. So based on the FICO score, the bank decide whether they are eligible to give the loan or not. If they are eligible, how much they are eligible. Okay, that is also achieved because of machine learning algorithm. Okay, that is because of machine learning. Okay, so in before days and all, the customer need to walk n number of time to the bank. for getting the loan. But nowadays, if we are eligible, the bank is coming to our doorstep to give the loan. These type of automations are done with the help of machine learning. And many places, have you heard about the brand name called Zara? Have you heard about Zara brand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So even in the Chennai, there is a brand, Zara showroom is there. Have you visited? Has anyone visited the Zara brand, Zara showroom? So Zara is famous for apparel industry. Zara is famous for apparel. Zara is one of the largest distributor in this world. Zara is famous for apparel. You know, more than 84 crores of garments they manufacture every year. So more than 84 crores of garments they manufacture every year. So more than 84 crores. And one more thing, every year they produce more than 20,000 new designs they introduce in the market. Every year they produce more than 84 crores of garments in their in their inventory, and every year they produce 20 new design they introduce in the market. If that is the case, normal statistics will not support, normal software will not support. We need powerful algorithm. That's why we go for machine learning algorithm. Through machine learning, we can track the inventory in a more automated way. That's why we go for machine learning. So what they did was each and every garment, they fixed the RFID tag. Through that, they tracked the movement of garments. For example, if the customer who purchased the garment, they remove the RFID tag in the garment. In the billing department, they remove the RFID tag. So if they continuously removing the RFID tag from the garment, that a particular design is moving fast. If the particular design is moving fast, what happened? We know the billing department giving notification to the the stock room. These designs are moving fast. These are all the designs are not moving. These are all the designs are moving slowly. Based on the information, the stockroom gives a notification to the stockroom gives notification to the production department. So based on the stockroom instruction, they can decide which are all the design they need to manufacture more, which are all the design they need to manufacture less, which are all the design they can hold for that production. So these are all things achieved with the help of machine learning. So based on the human being instruction, the machine understand accordingly, it automate the process. So that is because of machine learning. So through this, they can identify which are all the garment they need to manufacture more, which are all the garment they need to manufacture less. Okay, based on the based on the instruction, they can automate the process. They can automate the production process easily. These are all achieved with the help of machine learning algorithm. So Zara used machine learning and the data analytics in the business process. Through that only, they tracked the inventory, they tracked the movement of garments, and they managing the inventory more effectively with the supply and demand. The supply and demand more effectively they are managed. Let me give you one small video clip. You will understand how Zara used machine learning and analytics to automate the process, especially in the inventory and the supply and demand aspects. Let me show you one small video clip you will understand easily. So hope you understand that. So with the help of the data analytics and machine learning, they tracked the inventory. Through this, they are managing the supply chain and the inventory more effective way. So machine learning is applicable to almost all the industries. It is not restricted with any particular industry. Everywhere we can use. It is not restricted with any particular industry. It is used in the retail sector to do the market segmentation, product segmentation, and even in the telecom sector to do the subscriber churn analysis and even the asset utilizations, and even in the healthcare, clinical data analysis, banking, that is risk management, mitigation management, sports sector, selecting the right player in the right match is very important. Even in the learning and education industry, government, law, entertainment, everywhere, selecting the right movie in the right time is very important. Manufacturing, energy, e-commerce. So everywhere it is used. So machine learning is not restricted with any particular industry. Everywhere we can use. So it is not only specific to the particular industry, it is applicable to all the business functions. The business functions like CRM, risk management, operation, and the infrastructure, supply chain, HR. Almost all the business functions nowadays generating more and more data. So all the functions we need automations. All the business functions. So almost all the business functions nowadays generating more and more data. Okay. So all the business functions. Everywhere we need machine learning to automate the process. Even keeping the right product in the right shelf is very important. So one end is Colgate brush. Another end is Colgate brush. One end is Colgate brush. Another end is Colgate paste, means the customer won't roam here and there, they can't roam. So we need to keep right product in the right shelf, then only we can increase the sales. Right. So we need to keep the right product in the right shelf, the upper topmost shell, lower topmost shell. We can arrange it in a same way. Then only the people can purchase the product easily. Okay, that is also because of machine learning. Based on the machine learning, we can keep right product in the right shelf, we can keep. So machine learning is not restricted with only in the web application. It is very much used in the mobile app wise also it is used. Like taxi app, food app, and a fitness app. This app wise also we can use. The machine learning is very much helpful in the mobile app wise also it is very much used. Like face recognition, character recognition, speech recognition. These are all the things achieved because of machine learning. So, the coronavirus, right? Coronavirus originates from Wuhan, China. So they controlled the coronavirus. So nowadays, they controlled the coronavirus in China. The China controlled the depth, the spread and depth in China at the early stage with the help of machine learning algorithm. They used machine learning, especially with the help of face recognition. They controlled the spread and depth in China. They controlled the spread and depth in China. That is achieved because of data science. So, for example, the developed countries like UK, Canada, Russia, US, they are not able to control the coronavirus spread and depth. But China controlled the coronavirus spread and depth with the help of machine learning algorithm, in that we use face recognition. Through this, they controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. Okay. So, so what they did was the Chinese government deployed more than 300 million surveillance camera they deployed. Through that camera, they detected the patient, they detected the cancer affected patient. Through that, they controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. So that is because of machine learning. So with the help of machine learning instruction, with the help of machine learning, they detected the person. Through that, they can track, and we made that area as a consignment zone. Through this, we can control the coronavirus spread and depth. That is also achieved because of this. These things are controlled by using machine learning only. Okay, let me show you one small video clip. You will understand how machine learning is very much used to control the coronavirus spread and depth.
They were all caught by Chinese authorities who've been deploying drones equipped with high-resolution cameras and loudspeakers. It's one part of China's massive surveillance strategy to tackle the spread of the coronavirus, which has reached just about every region in the country. The virus has infected more than 80,000 in China, resulting in the deaths of more than 2,000 people in the country, far surpassing the death toll from SARS.
The difference between 2003 and 2020 is really enormous in terms of the government's reliance on development of surveillance technology. Almost none of these tools were on offer at that time.
Sophie Richardson is the China director at Human Rights Watch. She says during this public health crisis, China is embarking on an unprecedented use of surveillance by using big data and its citizens. So what exactly is China's surveillance strategy? And can it work to battle the epidemic? There are an estimated more than 300 million surveillance cameras in China. Authorities are using them to monitor Chinese citizens.
Many of the surveillance cameras in use in China now are equipped with facial recognition capabilities, which simply gives the authorities the ability to track who specifically has gone to which precise location.
Combine that data scraped from hospital records, police files, and public transportation history. All that is stored and linked to national ID cards, which gives the Chinese government granular information about all its citizens. In January, a man who tested positive for the coronavirus used public buses and subways to crisscross China's eastern city of Nanjing. The police posted his journey with specific dates and times on social media, with a warning that anyone who is in that area get tested for the virus. China's public health authorities have been candid about the use of big data during this public health crisis.
大数据它会告诉你，你周围这个人可能是疫区的，或者是感染者。
They even developed a mobile phone app called the Close Contact Detector. The app is a database of people who have tested positive or have symptoms. So as soon as you type in your name and national ID and log in, the app will tell you if you've ever come into close contact with someone who tested positive, or if you're in the clear. So far, more than 200 million people have used the app.
These new and different use of the technology around the coronavirus may help resolve some of the public health concerns, but it's also another way for the government to gather large amounts of information about people really effectively without their consent, and in some cases without even their knowledge.
Chinese health officials say all this data is in the pursuit of controlling the epidemic.
第一呢，我们可以更进一步的摸清这个情况。第二呢，你也可以说，我们把这个对相关部门，尤其是我们基层部门工作提供一些指导。
In China, many people probably have not developed that kind of awareness in terms of protecting the privacy, protecting the civil liberties.
Yang Zhanghuang studies global health at the Council on Foreign Relations in the U.S. He says many in China want this type of monitoring because it's about life or death.
And when they were given the choices of protecting their health and protecting the civil liberties,
So hope you will understand how they controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. So hope you know that with the help of machine learning, the China controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. Okay. So through machine learning algorithm, they controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. Okay. So each and every patient, they detected their face. The face is linked with the national ID. How in India we have national ID. What's national ID we have in India? Aadhaar, right? Likewise, in China they have their own national ID. Through the national ID, they detected the patient and the patient face, and through that they tracked the location and they made that area as a consignment zone. Through the controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. They used the face detection algorithm, especially with the help of Vilo-Jones face detection algorithm, which is a part of machine learning algorithm. Through that they controlled the coronavirus spread and depth. Even the election campaigns nowadays, so keeping the right person in the right constituency is also very important to win the election. So that is also achieved because of machine learning algorithm. So all these we are going to implement through the software name called Python. So why Python is so popular nowadays? Any views?
Easy to
Easy
learn.
understandable.
Easy understandable. Okay.
Short syntax.
Open source.
Open source. It is short coding.
Different libraries available.
Right. Libraries. Right. So these are all the major reason adding to this. So Python is so popular because the main reason is number of inbuilt powerful libraries are there in the Python. So we don't want to write hundreds or thousand lines codes like Java or .NET. We can import the package and execute the code easily with the minimal number of lines. We can execute the code easily. That's why we go for Python. So Python is an open source. Anyone, anytime, anywhere, they can download the software easily. It is easy to use, easy to learn. Powerful libraries are there. And it is a versatile software. It support multiple operating systems. And big data compatibilities are there. That's why we go for Python. So Python is an open source. Anyone, anytime, anywhere, they can download the software easily. It is easy to use, easy to learn. Multiple language it is support. Big data compatibilities are there in the Python. Okay. So Python is the official language of Google. It is the #1 programming language. Compared to other programming language, Python is having overedge in the market. That's why we go for Python. Career wise, if you look into that, as per the NASCOM, next to US, India is having huge demand for machine learning professions. Project wise also very high, opportunity wise also very high in this machine learning profession. And who can get into this profession? The people who completed PGDM, BE, BTech, MCA, MSc, they can get into this profession easily. We can get into this. And the pay wise also very high compared to other profession, compared to other professions like IT or insurance, sales, marketing, banking. Compared to other professions, pay wise also very high in this profession. The machine learning profession, the pay wise very high. Entry level itself pay wise very high. Entry level itself very high. Very high in this profession. Okay. And top companies already implemented in India. Top companies like in IT company, KPOs, bank, analytics, and not only in India, globally they implemented like Walmart, Citi, Genpact, UBS, Barclays. Not only in India, globally they implemented very well. So pay wise also very high. They will in this profession, salary wise also very high. Opportunity is also very high in this profession. So 2025 and all, there is a huge demand for this profession. Okay. Very demand. We manual process to computerized. Now we need automation that is achieved by using machine learning. So through this machine learning, we can automate the process. How 15 years back, we all moved from manual to computerized process. Nowadays, they all moved from computerized to machine learning profession. So when we want to make machine learning, so machine learning is very much important for automating the process. Everywhere we are generating so much data, everywhere we need automations. The automations are achieved with the help of machine learning algorithm. Through machine learning only we can automate the process. Okay. Let me give you one small video clip how machine learning is used in the Google to automate the process in the entire process, how they automated by using machine learning. Let me show you one small video clip. You will understand the machine learning usage in the Google. Okay, Google company. 1 minute.
talked a lot today about machine learning and AI. We think there is an opportunity to accelerate computing by working on this with everyone else. And so we are trying to do that in two ways. First, we are opening up core components of our machine learning systems. Last year, we open sourced TensorFlow so that developers can embed machine learning and deep neural nets with a single API. In 2015, it was the most forked project on GitHub, and it is the #1 machine learning project on that site. Last week, we open sourced a natural language parser, which is also built on top of TensorFlow. We are doing these things so that we can engage the external community and work on this together with everyone. Second, for developers and companies out there, we are also exposing our machine learning capabilities through our Google Cloud Platform. We already have a cloud machine learning platform underway, and you get access to computer vision, speech, language, and translation APIs. And we are working on bringing many more machine learning APIs so that you can get access to the same great capabilities we have inside at Google. We believe this will be one of the biggest differentiators for the Google Cloud Platform over time. And by the way, when you use Google Cloud Platform, you not only get access to the great software we use internally, you get access to specialized hardware we build internally. And talking about that, for machine learning, the scale at which we need to do computing is incredible. And so we've started building specialized custom hardware. We call these tensor processing units, or TPUs. TPUs deliver an order of magnitude higher performance per watt than all commercially available GPUs and FPGAs. And when you use the Google Cloud Platform, you can take advantage of TPUs as well. TPUs are what powered AlphaGo, DeepMind's AlphaGo, in its game against Lei Sedol. Go is an ancient Chinese board game. There's a simple 19 by 19 grid, but it is one of the most complex games humans have ever designed. It has more possible board configurations, many more possible board configurations than there are atoms in the universe. Beating Go for computers was widely considered to be the grand challenge for AI, and most people thought it wouldn't happen for another decade or so. So we are really thrilled that AlphaGo was able to achieve this milestone recently. One thing worth calling out, in the second game, there was a move 37 by AlphaGo. It changed the course of the game and is now widely considered one of the most beautiful Go moves ever seen in tournament play. It was not just an intuitive move, but a very creative move. We normally don't associate computers with making creative choices. And so to us, this represents a significant achievement in AI. By the way, Lei Sedol has won every single game since he played against AlphaGo, and he has even replayed some of the moves he learned from AlphaGo in that game. As the state-of-the-art capabilities in machine learning and AI progress, we see them becoming very versatile, and we think it applies to a wide range of fields. I want to give you two examples. First, robotics. At Google, a bunch of 20%ers decided to help trained robots to pick up objects. You can see it behind me. This is not new. You usually do it by writing control system code. You program the robots with rules. But this time, they decided to use deep learning techniques. So you create a continuous feedback cycle so that the robots can learn hand-eye coordination by themselves using deep learning. As you can see, they keep doing it and they keep learning it over and over again. And over time, they get better and they even learn natural and useful behaviors. So for example, the robot is nudging the stapler away to pick up that yellow object. We didn't write that rule. The robot learned it automatically using deep learning. So it's an amazing example of what machine learning can do. Another example in healthcare. Diabetic retinopathy is the fastest growing cause of blindness. It affects 4.2 million people in the US and many more worldwide. To detect it, you need to do a scan of the eye like you see behind me, and a highly trained doctor can detect it. If detected early, the treatments are effective. If detected late, it causes irreversible blindness. And it's very, very difficult to have highly trained doctors available in many parts of the world. So we set out to work with a small team of engineers and doctors, and again used deep learning and started training on eye scans. And over time, our computer vision systems have gotten really good at detecting diabetic retinopathy early. This is still early, and there's a long road ahead, and we'll work with the medical community to get it in the hands of as many people as possible. But you can see the promise again of using machine learning. When I hear about advancements like these, I'm reminded that we live in an extraordinary period for computing. Whether climate change, healthcare, or education, the most important struggles already have thousands of brilliant and dedicated people working to make progress on issues that affect everyone. Now consider what the best climate change researchers, doctors, or educators can do with the power of machine learning assisting them. As you've seen today, I'm incredibly excited about the progress that we are making with machine learning and AI. We believe that the real test is whether humans can achieve a lot more with the support of AI assisting them. Things previously thought to be impossible may in fact be possible. We look forward to building this future together with all of you. Thank you for joining us at Google I/O.
So hope you understand that how machine learning is very much used in almost all the industries, and it helps to automate the process to minimize the human being interventions, how we can automate. So these are all the different applications of machine learning. So in this session, we discussed detailedly about what is machine learning, what are all the modules in the machine learning. Also, we discussed the applications of machine learning and different real-time examples, and how we are going to use machine learning in the Python, and the career aspects of machine learning. And also we discussed the opportunities, the companies who implemented machine learnings, we discussed in detail. So for any doubts?
No, sir.
Is it clear, all the concepts so which we discussed so far?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And is everyone installed Python in your system? Have you installed Python?
Yes, sir.
No,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are going to execute these things in the Python only. So let me brief about why we go for Python, the Python IDEs, and the directory settings, packages we'll discuss in detail. Then we'll implement the machine learning in the Python software. Have you studied Python?
no, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, what extent you know how to implement machine learning in Python, or so what things you learned in Python?
Up to functions, strings, lists, tuples, and others
Okay,
also
the
class.
data types.
Connectivity. Connectivity.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, data types.
Data types, you know. Okay. Okay. Fine. What about packages and all? Matplotlib, SkyFi, Sklearn, Pandas.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. So that is the basic introductions, you know, the Python ID and the data types, you know. Okay, fine. No issues. So we'll discuss in this session why we go for Python, the different flavors and platforms used in the Python, then why we need Anaconda Navigator, Python IDE, directory settings, libraries, then IPython and notebook. All these we'll discuss detailedly in this session. So why we need Python? Python is a open source. Python is an open source programming language, which means anyone, anytime, anywhere, they can download the software easily. Okay. And it is easy to learn, easy to use because the number of inbuilt libraries are available. In the Python, the number of inbuilt powerful libraries are there. So it is easy to learn, easy to use. That's why we go for Python. Python is easy to learn and easy to use. That is the main reason we go for Python. It is a open source. It is easy to learn and easy to use. Number of inbuilt powerful libraries are there. So because of that, it is easy to learn and easy to use. And it is a open source and versatile. It support multiple operating system. So it support multiple operating system. Then big data compatibilities are there. Big data compatibility. It is support large volume of data also. It is support. That's why we go for Python. Python is a open source, easy to learn, easy to use. Powerful libraries are there. It is a versatile software. And big data compatibilities are there. These are all the main reason we go for Python. So Python is the official language of Google. It is the #1 programming language. Compared to other programming language, Python is having overedge in the market. That's why we go for Python. So where we can download the Python? So this is a website. That is, if you go to the website www.python.org, this is the official website. If you go to this website, we can download, but we are not going to download from this website because whenever you require any package, we need to go to Google and separately we need to download the package. When you want to update any package, separately we need to go to Google and we need to update that packages also. So we need to install the package and we need to update that packages also. So that's why we are not going to download. So Python is available in various options. Python is available in the .NET. We can download the Python through .NET, JIT compilers, microcontroller, micro threads. Python is available in various options. Python is available. So even Python is available in the Chinese language. And the packet Python is there. Okay, Chinese language, packet Python. So we have, and so we are going to download the Python through the Anaconda Navigator. Through Anaconda Navigator only, we are downloading the Python. Why we go for Anaconda Navigator means, in the Anaconda Navigator, all the packages are available. So we are going for Anaconda Navigator because all the packages which is related to data science, data analytics, machine learning, all the packages which is related to data science, data analytics, machine learnings are available. So that is the reason. And so through Anaconda Navigator, we can install the package, uninstall the package, update the package. All the activities we can do with the help of Anaconda Navigator. So when you are installing the Anaconda Navigator, the Anaconda Navigator is developed by the company name called Continuum Analytics. Okay, Anaconda Navigator is developed by the company name called Continuum Analytics. So through Continuum Analytics only we can download. So Anaconda is developed by the company name called Continuum Analytics. It is a free software. Anaconda Navigator is a free. Anyone, anytime, anywhere, they can download the software freely. They can download. It is a free software. Okay, so where we can download, you can go to this website and you can download the software easily. That is, if you go to Google, so you can type Anaconda software download. If you go to this individual edition, so here we can download the Anaconda Navigator. So if you not installed, you can install the Anaconda Navigator. So here we have Windows, Mac and Linux. So if you click Windows, so you can download based on your system configuration. If you have 32-bit, you can download 32-bit software, or 64, you can download 64. As per your system configuration, you can download the software. Then you can download Mac and Linux. As per your operating system, you can download.
Sir, sorry for interruption, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we take a 5 to 10 minutes break?
Yes, ma'am. Let me wind up by 11 o'clock, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Another
Okay.
fine. Okay.
Okay.
So we can use that website to download the software. Always we need to download the latest version, because in the latest version only all the packages, new packages are available, and the existing package updates also available in the latest version only. So before installing Anaconda Navigator, there should not be any prior Python installation in your system. There should not any Python installation in your system. There is no prior Python installation. If you already installed, you need to uninstall the Python, then only you need to install the Python. And here we are using the navigator. The navigator, the IDE is Spider. Spider is the IDE. Every programming language, they have their own IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. So every programming language, they have their own IDE. For example, if you take Java, the IDE for Java is NetBeans, Eclipse, or the IDE. The IDE for Java is NetBeans and Eclipse. The IDE for .NET is Visual Studio. Okay, every programming language, they have their own IDE. IDE is mainly used to write the code, compile the code, debug the code. All these activity, we can do it in the IDE. So Spider is one of the IDE. Spider is one of the IDE in the Python. So in the Spider, we have number of windows are there, like script window, variable explorer, file explorer, object explorer, console window. These are all the different windows are there. So when we go for script window is mainly used to write the code. When you want to write the code, we go for script window. Environment window, we can debug the code. So script window is for writing the code, environment window for debugging the code, and the console window, getting the result. If you get the result, we go for console window. History window, past commands, we can see it in the history window. So these are all the different windows in the Spider application. And how to set the directory also very important, to define the path. So once we define the path, then only we can able to load the file, to access the data in the file. So these are all the different windows in the Spider application. This is Spider. Spider looks like this. This is script window. We can write the code. Script window is mainly used to write the code. So this is script window. Okay, script is to write the code. For example, my string equal to welcome to ML course, machine learning course. Print
Sir,
off.
sir,
Yes.
from where did
Yeah.
you open Spider?
Sorry?
Sir, from where did you open this Spider software?
See, Spider we can get it from the Anaconda Navigator.
Okay, sir.
So how we can get this? This I will tell you 1 minute.
Okay.
So let me copy this code. So we can write the code. So let me execute this. So if I execute this and run in the current console window. So we can write the code in the script window. So my string equal to welcome to machine learning course. Print of my string. Okay, so we can go to console. Here we are getting welcome to ML course. So welcome to machine learning course, it gets executed. So we can write the code in the script window. This is a script window. And we can get the result in the console window. We can change. If you don't want here, you can click this and you can move this window wherever we want. If I click, and if you click just before the close button, it gets popped out. We can place wherever we want. You can fix like this. So we can write the code and we can get the result here. This is script window. This is console window. Result will comes in the console. And there is a file explorer. File explorer is to see the list of files. For that we need to define the directory. How to set the directory? You can go to this folder icon. If you click this folder icon, you will get pop-up. So in my desktop, there is a folder name called Python. So in this folder only, all my files are there in this folder. So we can define the directory. Then variable explorer to see the list of variables. Help window for getting any assistance. And the history window to see the past commands. We can see in the history window. These are all the different windows are there. We have script window for writing the code, console window for command the result, file explorer to see the list of file, variable explorer, help window, and history window. These are all the different windows in the Spider environment, and we can define the directory. Okay. Then some packages are there. So we'll discuss detailedly the packages and all after the break. So now 11:05. So we'll resume the session by 11:15 or 11:20. Shall we resume after 15 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 11:20 will resume the session. Yeah. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, can we use Jupyter Notebook for the session? Because actually, if I uninstall the Python software now, then all the existing projects might get disturbed. That is why.
Otherwise, you can install Anaconda Navigator. This Anaconda Navigator, you can go to this website. Let me share the web link. You can use this link and you can download this software.
Okay.
So once you download, you can install this Anaconda Navigator. Then I'll tell you how to use this Spider application, how to execute the code in Spider. I'll direct you. Okay, you can install. So everyone, if you are not installed the Anaconda Navigator, you can install the Anaconda Navigator by using this web link. You can install it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Okay, so we'll resume by 11:20. We'll resume the session. Thank you.